Hello and welcome back to the Cronecast of the Rising Moon. My name is Elaine, and on this channel I do the Spirit Guide Monthly live every last Friday of the month. I hope you're able to join me. I also do astrology readings in money and career and in love and relationships, but I also do this. I do pick a card readings, and today I have a reading for you, your life now and in 6 months. What's going to be changing in 6 months? We're going to take a look at what's going on now with the tarot, and we've got oracle cards for 6 months from now. Take a moment, concentrate, see which pile really calls out to you. That is the message that you are most meant to receive. I will see you at the time of your reading, and we'll find out what your life is going to be like 6 months from now. Remember, this is a timeless reading, and so whenever you see it will be the right time for you. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 1, then this is your reading, your life now and your life 6 months from now. Oracle cards for 6 months from now. We're going to use the Night Sun Tarot for your predictive spread. We're going to get 4 cards for what's going on now, and we're going to get 5 cards for what's coming up. So let's take a look at the oracle cards. But before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. If you hit that thumbs up button, if you like the reading, that helps my channel as well. If you want to book me for a private reading, there is a link to my website in the description box down below. Let's get going with the Messenger Oracle. We have Be Honest, and then we have Love Without Condition. So that's an auspicious start. Pile number 1, unconditional love that is honest and fair is in your life within 6 months. I love the Messenger Oracle deck. The Be Honest is telling you in the next 6 months to really kind of do your work, to look within to see the progress that you need to make to love yourself unconditionally, because until we love ourselves unconditionally, we can't love anybody else unconditionally. And that is the goal. Let's go for professional assistance with peace. Peace and professional assistance. Gosh, that sounds like you're doing well in work. Like you're in a very peaceful energy. Like your work has taken off, like you found your roots. And I love the energy of peace for 6 months from now from every single angle. Let's go for the She Who Oracle. She Who Begins, launch, actualize, potential. I wonder if you're in a new relationship. Make a plan. And then I have follow your bliss. I'm telling you, I think your work is just it's taken on a new aspect. If you're just working in like a regular corporate job or something, it looks like 6 months from now, you're very much living in your purposeful energy. You're going towards things because professional assistance is you providing it as well. You may be going more towards actualizing your dreams, following after them, and finding your path, but then we have love. And I kind of thought so. All right, so this is looking auspicious. In 6 months, you apparently are pursuing your dreams in a professional capacity as well. There is peace in your life. You've done some work, and there might be a little bit of an uneven journey getting there. But we have multiple relationship cards as well, saying that if you are in an existing relationship, it will have leveled up into a very honest, open, authentic type of connection. I love that love energy. Be honest and then love. It's like you're asking for what you need and getting what you need. But let's check what's going on now. Let's check what's going on now so that we can see what changes. Again, this is the Tarot of the Night Sun. It's beautiful images. I really, really enjoy it. What's going on for pile number 1 right now? We're going to take 4 cards on that, and then we'll see what's coming up in 6 months. I love these 6 months from now readings because anybody can hold on for 6 months. When somebody gets into that a year from now or 5 years from now, it's like, well, that's a lot of waiting. All right, so this guy flipped, and that's the Ten of Swords in reverse. Well, if you were not a little bit traumatized right now, you would be a very unique individual because right now there's simply a lot going on. We have, this is trauma, conflict. Listen, I'm filming this at the time that there is a war in Ukraine. Everything is very disrupted in the world around us. This is the King of Wands in reverse. No, I'm sorry, this is the 8 of Wands in reverse. Okay, your progress is a little bit too slow. 5 of Pentacles is anxiety, feeling left out. Difficult energy around you right now. You feel like Gosh, you feel like you're going it alone. This is a lot of work already having gone in. And I know I said over here, this is an indication that you're doing your work. You're doing your healing work. You're confronting your shadow side. You're basically leveling up in all areas. You're very likely intuitive when we get this card combination because you have a lot of trauma to process and release. The Five of Swords is also just conflict within, conflict without. Apparently, as you're moving into a peaceful energy from now, 6 months from now, here's the thing. For right now, it looks like you're being asked to concentrate on kind of your independence, the way that you make your money. Because remember, most of us need a job. Most of us need a job. It's very, very important to try and find one that fulfills you, that gives you a sense of purpose, that gives you, even if it's just the way that you interact with people. You could be like a Hertz car rental clerk and still have it be a purposeful energy, because everybody that you interact with, you may give them some of your healing energy. Remember, a life's purpose does not necessarily mean being a healer. And I don't mean that quite literally. I don't mean that you're like a customer service representative at Hertz. Not that there would be a thing wrong with that. But rather that we can approach what we do with a purposeful energy, with an open energy, with an unconditional love for all mankind type of energy. Remember, you have the power to transmute the energy of every single person that you meet. If you're attracted to me as a reader, if you're drawn to me as a reader, that means that you are in the same energy collective that I am, and I have a collective of healers. All right, over here I have the Six of Pentacles that did fall out in the upright, and then it came out with the World in the upright. We're going to 6 months from now. Listen, you're in a difficult energy right now. There's kind of no way around it. You have been doing your work, but you have this feeling of futility with some of this Eight of Wands, like I can't get anywhere. I think the world is really just bothering the heck out of you. And you're wondering sometimes if there is a point to everything that you're doing. There 100% is. And 6 months from now, apparently you're beginning an unconditional relationship in which you have true, deep, divine connection. The World in the upright, that's having everything. It's complete cycles. It's success as well. With the Knight of Swords in the upright, I have the Two of Pentacles in the upright. That's going with the flow, being in a balanced state. Your money looks good. Right now, you're worried about something. And then let's take our outcome card. Okay. We have the Chariot in the upright. That is another card of progress. I actually really like this energy. It does mean that you'll have multiple choices. Honest to goodness, 6 months from now, you're very focused on getting things done. Like there's been a shift in the world around you. You finally see the potential for everything that's happening in your life, meaning that you're in an expansive energy. Your mood is very like blissful and happy and peaceful. And it's come at a cost. Like this is the energy of something that has come at a cost. It has not been an easy like mission basically for the last, oh gosh, this energy is really tough. This is a lot of trauma. Might have taken you years to get to the point where you were healing. And right now you're looking at the world and you're looking at your life and you're looking at everything you're doing and you're like, hey, maybe I should just like drink tequila because I'm not sure anything is going to work out. I'm not sure anything is paying off. You're a little bit, I almost want to say pressed down, compressed, hemmed in by the world around you, and you're kind of wondering what the way out is. The make a plan is if you could do anything in this world right now. Remember, for following your bliss, one of the best things that you can do is quite simply make a list of, if there were no restrictions on your life, if you could be anything or do anything, what would it be? When you start answering those questions, and please don't say, a Kardashian, because there's no way to achieve that level of fame without some level of sacrifice of self. Think about what you could do with your life. If you wanted to be an artist, if you wanted to be a healer, if you wanted to be a world traveler, whatever it might be that has both a practical application but is not limited by your current circumstances. Meaning if you want to open a store where perhaps you want a candle store, maybe you want an aromatherapy store. If that's what you're thinking would be your ideal working circumstances, that's what you would consider. Remember, we are actually meant to have a purpose. We are actually meant to contribute to this world, and we're actually meant to interact with each other. We're supposed to have a good work-life balance. Your work-life balance looks excellent. It just looks excellent. But the Chariot in the upright also suggests that you may be moving. By the way, in terms of like who this love relationship is, it didn't come out in your tarot tremendously, but apparently your personal relationships are really in this very authentic, and I really like this. Launch, actualize, potential, love, and then love without condition. I never look at these cards. This one I drew, but I never look at the oracle cards beforehand. And they always have a theme with them. Let's go ahead and I want to see if I can get anything on who this love person is. Apparently you're living in a very balanced state in terms of money. And in fact, that's here and here. The world is back in balance, which is an excellent thing to see. There's an end to a conflict. It's like there's a rebuilding energy as well. That Knight of Swords is movement forward also. You may actually be traveling a great deal and potentially for work with that Knight of Swords and that Chariot energy. Let's go ahead and we're going to get an archetype card for your life 6 months from now. We're just going to keep going here. 1 and 2. And I'm going to get some enchanted maps to help. There we go. Liberator. Freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs. Releasing negative thought patterns. Where are you 6 months from now? You're healed. Like entirely. Whatever your long journey has been like that earned that Ten of Swords in reverse, which is my personal worst trauma card. It is the one for something that is, honestly, it can be back surgery. But in this particular instance, it seems like you have been trying to resolve some anger issues, some trauma issues, that you've really been held back by some damage in the past. And currently, like you're just a little bit, you almost feel as if there is nothing makes a difference. But 6 months from now is 6 of Pentacles. It's that beautiful reciprocity, that give and take. It's receiving gifts and giving gifts. The world in the upright is everything being complete. The Knight of Swords in the upright, now that is air sign energy, which is Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. And then I have it with the Cancer card. Protecting treasure, listening. You have good communication with your guides. And then protecting treasure, like it's like the funds that you need to help bring your dreams into being are, you either have the way of getting them, like you can see the plan, or you're actually making progress on it. And 6 months from now is still within the year 2022. Remember, it has started out in a rough way, but it's going to smooth out soon. I have Golden Palace, yay, and then Sacred Pool, which is self-love. I actually genuinely, you're so confident and so, this is so successful. This is just such a successful energy. Protecting treasure means that you're protected during times of disruption. It's been a hard one for you because you have been trying to free yourself from some dark energies from the past. And like it goes back and forth. And I think you have trouble with the idea that it's not a straight line. It's not a linear journey. So things will be going well for quite a while. And you're like, I'm healed. Everything's better. Where's my new life? And then there will be a setback. Maybe you'll be triggered. Maybe you'll be upset. Maybe the world will seem like it's about to explode in the background. It's not. Everything's going to be fine, guys. Hang in there. But the barriers, the blockades, sometimes the obstacles are really, really getting to you at this particular time. It's really making you feel very, very afflicted. It's been a difficult couple of months for you. It's been a difficult couple of months for you, but it's going to keep improving just constantly. Within the next 3 months or so, you're seeing everything budge. You're back into a balanced state. Your relationships are improving as well. I think that you might have, with that trauma processing card and the conflict card, I want to look at you again. Be honest. I think you hide from other people. I think you hide from other people when you're going through a lot. And so it's exacerbating a feeling of isolation. We have Lion. Harness the loyal and protective aura of the lion and charge ahead magnificently. And then Eagle. You will soar towards your destiny with greater clarity and strength. You're feeling so focused and so directed in 6 months. You have good income increase with the Six of Pentacles. You're living in a very balanced state and you're making plans for the future. You may be planning on moving. This is one of the card combinations that I associate with moving. Let's go ahead and we're also going to get a Making Magic card. If you've seen my readings before, you know I take about a bazillion cards. I like to see the themes emerge. Here we go. What's going on for group number 1? Their life in 6 months. You have somebody in your life, and I'm getting almost 0 details on it. Remember, some things are more delightful when they are a surprise. We have achievement, win the award, accolade, or contract. Your business looks amazing. And then we have air. Work with the element of air to cut through to the core of the situation and see the truth. We had the Be Honest card. So we had the Be Honest card with to see the truth. And then we also have the Listening card, which is another card of listening for our guides, for the signs that are being brought to us. Make sure you're meditating, tapping in, and asking for guidance, particularly around what your career, what your business, and what your purpose is supposed to be like, because most of this energy involves career success. There is this hint where you're perfectly happy within your personal life, but the cards this time are returning more about the professional area of your life, which is apparently going to be going gangbusters. After a period of feeling like nothing will ever take off, it's always a trickle instead of a flow. This is a card of flow. This is a card of flow. And so is the Sacred Pool card. Right now, like you're in a conserving energy around that. You really have been, there's this feeling of I don't want to say futility, but you're discouraged right now. And we have declutter. Declutter your life, let go of correspondence, objects, and people you no longer want. Someone will hurt your feelings and reveal a new side to themselves that you may wish to avoid. Listen, I never find this paragraph to be true, but this I do. You have rid yourself of some old energies with property. Hey, listen, honest to goodness, that's what I'm picking up, is that within 6 months, you're going towards your new home. And then I have burnout with jealousy, and then I have assert yourself. It really is with this declutter, property, burnout, jealousy, and assert yourself. It sounds like you're doing well enough that some people you need to watch your health. You overwork. Like everybody in my collective, I have the workaholics collective, I do, because I have people who usually have a form of compulsive safety seeking due to extreme trauma. And so they have a tendency to try and provide for their safety. Be very careful with your health on that. Because the thing is that it looks like by July of this year, you're just so busy and you're so under the gun and you're really trying to make something happen. Archangel Gabriel, healer of the ages, you might be a fellow light worker or light warrior. Or light commander, because we have light workers, light warriors, and light commanders, and they are all under the healing umbrella. And remember, there's no hierarchy. No one person is more important than the other in a light worker capacity. We all have something to do. With victory, and I actually genuinely like this energy because that is also the energy of, this is the Six of Wands energy, this is the Chariot energy. Where are you in 6 months? Apparently you're enjoying so much financial and business success that it's almost a little overwhelming. It takes over almost every aspect and area of your life. Let's go, and we're going to go ahead. Let's get a Shaman's Oracle as well. Where are they in 6 months? What's their life like in 6 months for pile number 1? Very achievement focused, very success focused. This is the same card as the Six of Wands. It's like you're receiving recognition. There are opportunities coming to you. People are paying more attention to what you're trying to get done. I have Moon Maiden, new beginnings. I'm telling you, there's a new relationship in the background as well. Fortune's Wheel, luck and right timing. Group number 1, where are you in 6 months? You're sitting pretty. Everything that you've been working so hard on that is currently stalled is apparently, keep doing it. Your plan is actually liberating you from your old energies as well. Make a plan. Keep following through. Keep following through. Protecting treasure, listening, Golden Palace, Sacred Pool. Tap in to receive guidance about what you're supposed to be doing on your path going forward. Navigating the stars is follow your bliss. Sincerely, find inside of you the thing that makes you happiest, and it can be anything. Sincerely, find the part of you when you were a little kid, what did you think you were going to do? There is the seed of joy in that. Go back to who you once were to find out who you started out to be. Reclaim that and reshape it into a form that can be brought into the adult world, acted upon, actualized, and expanded. And apparently, if you start doing that work now, you will have great success within it very shortly. I do love this peace energy, and I have the professional assistance as well, but this is another card combination that is essentially saying, make sure that you're meditating and asking for guidance on this as well. And then Liberator. Now, the shadow attribute is imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. Don't get any vibe around that. You suffer from a lack of confidence sometimes. You will be working on your self-love within the next 6 months, and apparently you will have begun a new relationship within the next 6 months. Now, if you're in a relationship and saying that is not welcome news, remember, that just means that part of the message is not for you. The divine is never going to break up a relationship that's working, but there are a lot of people who take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And that's the best way to approach any reading. But apparently your success is taking shape, coming into focus. Fortune's Wheel with Moon Maiden, New Beginnings. The Archangel Gabriel is communication and truth and clarity with Healer of the Ages and Victory. Particularly if you're in a healing industry, you are going to be making bank. You're going to be gaining recognition, and your plans that you have been working so diligently on that you're so discouraged about right now because it feels like nothing is working out are in fact taking root and growing and flourishing. You are confident and strong and successful, and all of the work that you're going into it, you will feel like a different person in some ways, not like a complete stranger to yourself, but you will have achieved your inner balance, and you're going to keep doing spiritual work according to this reading. New beginnings and make a plan. Group number 1, what a beautiful, beautiful reading. It is so encouraging, telling you that all of the efforts that you are making at the present time have a role to play in the success. This is one of the cards for business success coming towards you. And the cards weren't super interested in talking about it. There are a bunch of love readings that I have up, so you can go ahead and check those out. Maybe I have a message in one of those. But this particular one is telling you, you will be apparently planning for your own home and living in a very successful energy 6 months from now. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 2, then this is your reading. We have some oracle cards telling us about what will be happening in 6 months. We're going to take some tarot cards from the In-Between Tarot, and that's going to tell us 4 cards for what's happening now and 5 cards for what's coming up. All right, let's get started with your oracle cards. Before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. If you like the reading, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. If you hit the post bell notification, you will be informed every time I post a video. Change your perception. Apparently, what you feel and think about your life will be very different 6 months from now, which may be good. Because if you're in an area where you're very dissatisfied with what's going on, that means that your perception will be that your life is going quite well. And then I have Honor Gaia. This is one of the Earth Mother type of energies. This is honoring the goddess energy. This also like kind of being in a very loving, giving, nurturing place as well. Apparently, you're really feeling the love, both for life and for others 6 months from now. Angels of the 4 directions, you're going to feel very supported, secure, safe. Dark thoughts, angels of the 4 directions. Apparently, one of the things that you will be doing is kind of dealing with the darker side of yourself, the shadow side of yourself. You'll be have completed your shadow work as well. Your change of perception on your shadow side will be kind of harnessing the things that you think of as a detraction and learning how to help them fuel your health and well-being going forward. As for instance, people who have like a trigger temper, or who are easily upset, or who have a temper, don't realize that if they understand what is triggering them, and it's almost always a fear-based energy, then they can then learn how their anger can fuel their success going forward, because it will act as a good boundary setter, and it will also act as incentive and drive. So your shadow side is basically something that you can, when you understand what the origin of the out of control feeling is, and you resolve that, you can then kind of harness the energy of your darker impulses. Like passion can turn into something that is resentful and angry, but when properly understood, it can be turned towards success and drive. So that's the point of doing shadow side work, which is dark thoughts with the 4 directions. You will have completed most of your shadow work as well. And the honor Gaia is you're very in touch with the feminine divine. This is not a gender specific thing. It means that your ability to love yourself and others is flowing freely. We have She Who Divines, Future, Choice, and Judgment. Apparently your psychic energy is really going to kick in as well as you continue to do your shadow work and resolve any trauma that you're trying to heal. And we all have trauma to heal. We all have trauma to heal, some more so than others. And right now you might be plagued by the dark thoughts, because even though this is a timeless reading, it's a very difficult time. We have a wake-up call to blessings. It's like you're going to remember the divine is on your side. And it hasn't felt that way for a while. You are exactly where you need to be. This is unknown territory. Here, right at the very moment, I think you kind of don't even understand, like, what's the point of all this? You're in a darker energy with that dark thoughts now. You're being urged to kind of tap in, to ask for guidance, to remember that absolutely everything that comes into our life has a purpose in it if we allow it to. Let's get going with the In-Between Worlds tarot deck. Let's get 4 cards for what's happening now. 4 cards for what's happening now. That wake-up call with the blessings, it's like you're able to channel with that She Who Divines cards as well. As you resolve more and more of your trauma, more and more psychic gifts will kick in. And I have a collective of people who are healers, who are psychics, who can do magic. Remember, when you have essentially harnessed the energy of your darker side, your magic will actually be fueled. Now, you always have to have good intent to have the best results, but that doesn't mean negating your darker side. It means understanding and utilizing it. All right, I have the 2 of Pentacles in the upright. I have that with the Queen of Cups in reverse. You might also be a reader or a healer, because currently you're living in a fairly balanced state and you've been trying to, like, your intuition comes and goes sometimes. 7 of Wands in reverse. You've been working on surrender. It's hard for you though. The 3 of Wands in reverse. The greater world just like it's really preying on you. The 3 of Wands in reverse is needing to be careful with your choices. You try to balance constantly. You really have leaned in on trying to figure out how to trust this. This is a card of trusting the divine wisdom as well. Your blessings will be coming in. And one of the things that I really like is you're just, future, choice, and judgment. It's like there's clarity around a bunch of things that have happened for you. The energy right now is not too bad. I think you feel like giving up sometimes, but like it's momentary and fleeting. Like, I think you've been through enough with this whole journey that you understand that it's like, yeah, no, I'm in it for the long haul. The wake-up call with the judgment energy of She Who Divines, it's like there's an epiphany waiting for you. Let's find out what's happening 6 months from now. Let's get the 5 for 6 months from now, please. 1 and 2 and 3. I actually really like this deck. It works with ever so slightly different energy. So the 2 of Pentacles, because it talks about the between energy between like the 2 of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles. You're moving towards achievement. You're moving towards stability. You've been doing like you're a taskmaster sometimes. The only thing is that the state of the world is really distressing to you. All right, I have the Knight of Swords in reverse, 6 months from now. I have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I have the Judgment card in the upright. That absolutely fits. With the King of Cups in the upright. And then our outcome card is the Hermit in reverse. You are finally out of a healing phase. This is the Virgo card, but this is emerging from a time of seclusion. You're mixing it up. You're feeling very blessed. You feel very listened to as well. The dark thoughts, angels of the four directions. It is like you're trying to heal something in your energy and the energy of those around you. There have been losses in the greater world. Listen, like that's just not a mystery. It's going on right now. We're all in a recovery energy 6 months from now. Even though this is a timeless reading, it's picking up the energy of right now as well. There's a time of disruption and a time of, there is some loss in this world at the moment. But we are moving into a recovery energy, and this is kindness, compassion, sharing with others, being very happy, feeling emotional fulfillment. It's also emotional control, which I think is the thing that you've been trying to get a handle on. With honor Gaia and then change your perspective, it's like everything that you think of as a attraction in your personality right now, you will understand as one of your superpowers. World, be open to new possibilities in all areas of your life, and then Chariot. Charge ahead with confidence, stay strong and focused. In terms of your career, it's a little bit like that's like rolling over in bed in terms of like how easy it is. You've really got your groove on, you're in a flowing energy, but you're much happier with this King of Cups energy in the upright. You're in a far more balanced state, and you're finally like you're getting out there. Like you're mixing it up with other people with this Hermit card in reverse. I do like the Judgment and the King of Cups there because it really is like an epiphany that brings you personal happiness. Let's get going here. And I like the blessings energy. So you're feeling very blessed. You're feeling loved with the honor Gaia. That is also honoring the feminine divine within, which is allowing yourself to form connections, to risk connection. After people have been hurt, sometimes they withdraw into self. That's that Hermit energy in reverse. In the upright. In reverse, it is allowing yourself to rejoin like the great game. We have Samaritan. Refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. And then the shadow attribute is exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. I am not getting any vibe of the shadow attribute, but when it refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore, I don't think you would prefer to ignore them. But what I think is that like everything that's a struggle for you right now, in terms of like getting up every day and doing what you're supposed to be doing and wondering if there's a point to it, in 6 months, you completely have clarity and certainty, and you feel the progress around you. And that comes with mentor. Passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. Now, this could be you. There's an inability to allow the students to move on to the role of master, imparting false instructions. I do not get any of the darker attributes for you on this one, although we do have the dark thoughts warning, so keep that in mind. Particularly if you work in the same type of field I do or in a related healing field, people do need to come and go. They are meant to outgrow us. It's hard. It's hard, but like it's a healing journey. It doesn't mean people leave forever, but sometimes they do simply need to leave. And I know it can really, like I have my regulars, I have people I absolutely love and adore. And sometimes as they get better, they see me less and less. And I always try to be so happy for them, but I certainly do miss them. Remember, as you heal, you may in fact be releasing others. And it's not a judgment thing. It's just that we have soul pools and we're attracted to the right energy for the right time. Here we go. Let's get going. The other cards are groupthink. I'm telling you, you're kind of joined with others in a way you haven't been in a long time. And then I have dream thief. Refusal of the call. Be careful with that. Spirit of the river. Movement towards adventure. I'm going to switch these around. It's dream thief, refusal of the call, mindful, groupthink, and then movement towards adventure. Listen, the only thing is I have a little bit of a naysayer's energy with those dark thoughts. Like, here's what I've kind of got is you with a Samaritan and this mentor energy. You are somebody who believes in the power of making a difference in this world, and you might have some naysayer energy around you. Like, there may be some people who are in their own recovery phase. Now, if you are part of my collective, you've likely spent some time in the last couple of years dealing with your stuff and healing from something, potentially from heartbreak as well. And it felt like you were totally alone. We are moving into a time where other people will be experiencing their first kind of go-round with some deeper trauma. There's been a lot of loss in the world around us of late, and it, is it resolving? Yes, I do believe it is, but there will be other people in recovery as we go forward. You will have a role to play and a voice to have in that. Don't listen to the naysayers who basically, they want to deny feelings rather than process, resolve, and release them. Deep freeze right now with balancing act, metamorphosis, coming apart. This is the loss energy of the greater world, and then field of dreams. I actually genuinely like this. It appears that you are helping people, others, with this mentor and Samaritan energy in the balancing act. It's like your experience is the thing that helps get other people's through. It's like you will see the point and the reason for all of the things that you have been through as you go forward, because now you will understand that it was something that was serving others. These are the two that just fell out. Angel of balance and then a woman holding a heart. As I said, you have the ability to, it could be with friends, it could be in your professional life, it could be just quite simply as you are, who you are. You move through this world helping people feel better. Even if you work as, a taxi driver, you have healing energy. Everyone who encounters you, you're an energy transmuter. And with this dark thoughts, and then we had over here, we had dark thoughts, and I got to get down to it, angels of the four directions. Yeah, that's what it is. You're one of those people who can help transmute other people's dark energies. Community, there we go, with magician in the mirror. All right, I actually genuinely dig this energy. You're feeling powerful, strong. You're feeling very connected to people, and you haven't in a long time. Like there's more social activity in your life. You might find that people are turning to you for advice, friends. Yeah. There's been loss in the greater world, and it's something that you understand, and you have great compassion and empathy for it as other people are experiencing it as well. Let's go for the Making Magic cards. What's going on for group number 2, 6 months from now? Group number 2, 6 months from now. 1 and 2 and 3. All right, let's see what we've got. Wishes come true, rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. You're in a beautiful energy with that chariot energy, star. The silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity. Now, we didn't go too far into that because there's this very balanced energy around everything monetary with this. It's like you're not even thinking about money. It genuinely isn't something that holds your focus. You're very directed. The thing you'll need to remember, though, is making sure that Honor Gaia, take better care of yourself than you have been of late. Sincerely, perseverance. What else have we got? What else have we got for group number 1, 6 months from now? That is telling you, please don't give up in the here and now. There's this weird energy over here with that 7 of Wands of kind of wanting to be like, can I just go to sleep and wake up when this is over? Well, we have reinvent yourself. You will feel like a new version of yourself. With health, twists and turns, and I want one more on that, care required. Okay, listen, we are finally in a recovering energy as a world. You have so much experience in just having to confront the crap. And your voice, your ability, it's like you're the cooler head that prevails. But you're having more fun than you have in a long time. This dream thief refusal, here's what I think, this is the energy of right now. The group think is essentially the world holding everything back. Movement towards adventure. Your life is expanding. New vistas will be opening. New people are coming in as well. Which I'm not sure you're as cool with that as it might behoove you to be. Because I think you really like to have your little insular group. Samaritan and mentor. You do. You like people to, you don't like loss very much. Who does? You are exactly where you need to be right now. You have doubts around that. The thing that is really kind of plaguing you, and I don't think it's frightening you, but there is this energy of okay, there's this fatigued energy around so many things. And it's simply that I think that wake-up call as well with the Judgment energy here, that is a card for epiphanies. That is a card for being in touch with your guides. That is a card of life's purpose as well. It really is like, it's like you have a loudspeaker in your head in terms of what you're meant to be doing. And then your third eye is like you've resolved so much of what you've needed to heal. I guess all I'm trying to tell you is that you're very much a leader in a time where people need somebody to follow. We have travel. An upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. And then I have flower power. Spend time with flowers and flower essences to increase your personal healing power. You are a healer. My collective has a tendency to be healers. You're going on a journey towards more and more personal power is what this particular card combination means. 6 months from now, let's go back and like we're going to quit looking at oracle cards for a minute. Because with this Hermit in reverse, the only thing that is making me go, huh, is that there's very much an energy of having a lot of involvement with other human beings. Like it's like, I almost get this vibe that you're a little bit, Judgment, King of Cups, it's like you're in demand. It's almost, I don't want to say you feel harassed. It's not that negative. But what it is this energy of you feel very, like you can barely get a breath sometimes, you know? Peace, thank goodness. So apparently 6 months from now, we have peace throughout the land. That's very good, but you have it within as well. Here's the thing, it has to be a within energy because your exterior energy is wheel in reverse. It's like you're always in, you don't like that part. That's the only thing with the dark thoughts is you kind of don't like that part. Trust. And don't like what part? Boundaries. You're being pushed beyond your comfort zone in terms of how much interaction you're having with other people. You may in fact be quite introverted with that Hermit in reverse and you're being asked to, for the sake of others, kind of put yourself out there. Kind of interact with other people more, to be the voice that other people hear in terms of guiding them forward. Many blessings coming to you, which I really dig. There's nothing wrong with like any security in your life. The only thing is that there is this kind of change your perception and then honor Gaia. Like you have to interact with people a lot more than you like to. And I mean like a lot more. I don't know if you're doing public speaking. I don't know what it is, but that dark thoughts, angels of the four directions, it's like you have to dig deep on kind of a regular basis in order to be able to find kind of the emotional wherewithal to keep extending yourself more. And it's not that you're being asked to reinvent yourself. It's not. It's you're being asked to expand yourself. You are very introverted is what that particular card combination looks like. We're going to take some higher love oracles, which it doesn't look like, it's not about romance in this particular pile. But it really is like plans are being made for a better future and you want to join in it. And is it for you personally? I believe so. I believe so, but it's as if it really is like you're, I keep getting this vibe that you're asked to join in on things that, like your idea of fun is being by yourself for the most part. Like you might like one or two other people there, but like I keep getting this weird vibe here with this King of Cups, the Judgment energy. It really is like you're being asked to share yourself. Lost love, listen, that's what people are dealing with. Now, is it breakups? No, but we've just got a lot of loss. Moderation, self-control, learning and training, pausing to reflect, centered and balanced. There is something that you can do. Like it's like maybe it's the experience of the last of what you've had to be through. That your friends, your colleagues, your family, people are turning to you as things settle down. People finally start to process their own dark thoughts and you're able to give them like essentially the benefit of your wisdom and experience. And you could be 16 years old and have the benefit of your wisdom and experience if you've gotten through things. You have a leadership role to play either within your work or within your community. And the only thing that I'm seeing that makes me say, just a little bit, is future, choice, and judgment. There is an expansion around, and then you've got wake up call, and you have multiple cards of epiphanies. The only thing you need to remember, group number 2, is that there might be a call for you to kind of, and this might not hold true for everybody. Remember, it's a general read, so it kind of can't. But there might be a call for you to extend yourself beyond your personal comfort zone for the sake of others. And it's a good idea now during this lull to go ahead and start preparing yourself for basically having confidence in your own voice, having confidence in your journey, and having confidence in your path. There is a lull energy around you for like the next, because that 2 of Pentacles is a very nice balanced energy, but it's just a flowing energy. There's not a lot of disruption. During this time, kind of shore up your confidence, work on your third eye, as apparently you will have guidance to give to those who are suffering from loss, and they have their own dark thoughts. You have the ability to transmute energy if you are part of my collective. People may come to you with their troubles, and you're being asked to open your heart and have compassion for all with that Honor Gaia card as well. All right, group number 2, that was your reading. You're in a beautiful and successful, kind, compassionate, and healing energy 6 months from now. Heaven knows the world needs it. I will see you next time. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 3, then this is your reading. We've got the Muse Tarot that'll bring you a predictive spread, 4 cards for what's going on now and 5 for what's coming up. Hey, before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. If you like the reading, please hit that thumbs up button. If you hit that post bell notification, you'll know every time I post a video. Excellent. From the Messenger Oracle, we have See the Signs. Wow, you're going to be guided. A new day dawns. Okay, good. We have many new beginnings. You're likely seeing the signs now. Like if you've been seeing a bunch of synchronicities, almost like the universe is like, hey, we're over here, we're over here. It's because travel, there's expansion in your life. We've got a lot of travel vibes around this one. The Loving Woman. I've got She Who Guides, New Path, Guide, Renewal. I have been getting that energy from this entire read. It is a time of renewal, a time of rebirth. So many things are beginning. And even though like this is a timeless reading, 6 months from now will be a different season, and it's typically the winter season. And yet I keep getting all of these See the Signs, a new day dawns. It's like a reinvention. It's like a reinvention. Illumination. And then I have Traveling Lightly, Simplify Your Life. That's the second card around travel. You may have moved 6 months from now with Do Something Different. Okay, there are differences, there are changes. These are not necessarily coming out with any type of disruptive energy, so let's get going with a predictive spread here. What's going on now for pile number 3, please? Can I get 4 cards for what their life is like right now? What's pile 3's life right now, like right now? What's going on for pile 3 right now? 1 and 2 and 3. All right, let's see. Love this deck. Another one of those that I rarely take to the office because my poor clients are so gigantic. Knight of Pentacles in the upright. Boy, you are just a little soldier about trying so hard and the progress has been too slow. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You just try and try and try. Page of Pentacles in the upright. You don't give up. The Hierophant in the upright. Okay, you could be a Taurus with that. You might be married. This is a traditional relationship card. It's also a card for universities. It's also a card for mentorship. What do you have over here? She Who Guides. You are a mentor for other people. See the signs? This is a card of renewed faith. Listen, the current times have given you a lot of challenge. Like right now is not your chipper happy time. But you're kind of loving life and doing things very, like, it's almost like you might have a home base, but you're traveling a great deal for something having to do with your work. 2 swords in the upright. Choices. I have the 8 of Cups in the upright. I'm telling you, lots and lots of like movement, travel type of energy. With the 3 of Wands, that's a ship coming in energy. I've got that with the Emperor in reverse, okay. And then I've got the 5 of Pentacles in reverse as well. I'm going to take that with the Empress because The Five of Pentacles in reverse is actually a good card. It means that there is an easing of circumstances, both financial and emotional. It means that you feel included. It means that you feel basically coming out with the Empress like that, it's like your feeling of love is increasing. You can feel the flow of the universe through you. But it really is weird. You're traveling a bunch. I don't know if you do it for work. I don't know if, and it seems to be physical traveling with the travel card and then the Eight of Cups as well. That's an emotional journey too. The Emperor in reverse. It really is like you're moving on from a time in which you felt powerless. And instead now you feel that new path, guide, and renewal. That path card, travel, the Eight of Cups, there are so many, like this is a very slow moving energy, but everything else, it really is like you've changed a lot of things. It's less, something's happening right now that is making you less and less attached to the idea that you need security. Like in terms of like, I want to know what's going to happen this day and the next day and the next day. Now you just want change. I have Damsel. Understanding the nature of a healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. Independence is very important within relationships. Remember, the cure for codependence is independence with the shadow attribute. Waiting for a knight to provide for you, seduction by romantic illusion. It almost is, I don't want to say you have a nomadic energy because you don't, but something has changed in which you move around a lot more freely. And she who guides will see the signs, and then one more look at you. A new day dawns. Illumination. Mystic. Revels in intimate union with the divine. Artist. Expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. I swear, it's almost like you have like speaking engagements or something, because you're a guide for other people and a mystic artist. It really is like you're training other people, you're preparing, you're teaching them somehow. Traveling lightly, simplify your life. And then man, there's a lot of travel cards here. Apparently, like it's not that you're rootless, but it's like you're not pinned down. It's like you're free and expanded. And what you think of like if your life feels like it could fit inside of a teacup right now, 6 months from now, it's barely going to feel like it can fit inside the globe. There is this ever expanding energy around it that is really, I'm really enjoying it. Let's go, let's go, let's go. What do we have as well for this? Here we go. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3. All right. For pile number 3. If you're a performer, like you're getting gigs all over the place, people are moving around very freely, but like the only thing about it is that like you have to be open to change, because this do something different, it really is like you're always packing a bag and heading off somewhere else. Yeah. Chariot, which by the way, has been haunting the heck out of this particular reading, which is charge ahead with confidence, stay strong and focused. Can I get one more card, please? Can I get one more card? Where's pile number 3 going to be in 6 months? What is their life going to be like in 6 months? This has been a very like purpose-focused reading so far. There have been hints that there is essentially like an expansion around what is believed possible. You will soar towards your destiny with greater clarity and strength. It, honest to goodness, is as if you're constantly hopping on planes. Like it really is as if you're like, you know, you've got like a regular shuttle to the airport or something, because there's this motion around you. There's just like the travel, this. It's that chariot energy too. Actually genuinely dig it, but things will be different. Prepare yourself for, essentially, I guess I want to say an adjustment in how you do things. It's not a complete and radical change. It's not like your life will be night and day, but it really is like maybe you're traveling for work. It's possible that you're like having like you have to go to different places for your work. And I kind of get the sense that that at Five of Pentacles in reverse, it really is like it is for a purpose to bring people together. So you could be a performer, you might be a stand-up comic, you might be a tarot reader, you might be, and going to conventions. There's something there where you're not a traditionalist at all at that point. You have this very open and reinvigorated energy. Right now, nothing's happening. You're about ready to go crazy. The cleaning house energy, spirit of place, and I want one more, please. Wishing well, that's a manifestation energy. Moonlight, they are not going to tell me the hyper specifics of this, meaning that it appears to be that you're already living within a purpose. You have already been guided towards your purpose. There is a great expansion within that purpose, but please don't be too wedded to the way things are going down right now. And not because things are going to be bad, they're not. It's just that you need to be more flexible. And something about that, like you just want a little bit more, like you want the traditional trappings of stability around you. Maybe you want your own home, maybe you have your own home. This is a very methodical, slow approach. Everything else says that there's a swiftness to your life, that you need to be more spontaneous in 6 months, but that it's all for very good reasons. Mystic artist, it's like something is flourishing. That guided energy as well, and illumination. You might be training people somehow, because there is this energy of like going hither and yon and coming back. But it's almost like you only touch down occasionally in your home base. Financial constraints right now, strategy, contract, it's your life's purpose, as a healer, door to personal healing and happiness, and then the world. This is a very expanded energy. Be open to new possibilities when you get that. If right now your life is small, if right now there isn't a lot going on in it, understand that the cards are saying 6 months from now, you're living like it's every day's a blur, pretty much type of thing, because you're living in this very, very purposeful, guided, directed energy. You have a lot of choices, but again, this travel energy is the one that's making me go, what else is coming up for group number 3 in 6 months? For some of you, like you could be deciding, there we go, Herald of Change, Horseman, yet another movement card. And then that came out with a tidy house, clarity and organization. I keep getting this weird image of a rolling suitcase. Like you're just very, it's like a calling or something, because you might be going to expos, you might be going to trade shows, you might be going to conventions, but there is this energy, there's so much traveling energy. Deep knowing, diving into a task. You are just so focused on progress, expansion, moving forward. The Empress is like bringing love to everybody, making everybody feel included again. And for whatever reason, it looks very much like you will be traveling for work. And I want to get let's get some fortune cookie cards. What does this all mean? So you're apparently quite busy with your work that will involve traveling to different places, potentially providing guidance for others. You might have a healing business. And does travel absolutely mean heading to the airport and flying hundreds of miles? No, it could mean that you're going to remote locations, you're going to people's homes, like maybe you're somebody who provides an organizational service and like you keep going to other people's places to organize their closets, help them organize estate sales, something. But you're not in a settled energy. You're just, and it's exciting versus anything having to do with, like you don't feel drained by it, you feel invigorated by it. A new day dawns, and then see the signs, commitment. Gosh, it's almost like everything that you might feel like romance. All right, let's go ahead and get one more. I don't know that I'm going to get anything else on that. But apparently one of the aspects of your life is that you have a great deal of love in it as well. Sunshine and wisdom with perseverance. It's like you're burning the candle at both ends, but it's not a bad thing. Like it feels like momentum versus demand. And I hope you can kind of perceive the difference on that. Let's go ahead and we'll get a Making Magic card as well. Illumination. Illumination. Artist mystique. And like sincerely, with all of that traveling energy, like you might be somebody who's starting like like you're a painter who paints murals in somebody else's homes or something. Because there's this, I keep getting this image of you taking supplies for whatever it is that you do to new places. Prosperity. Oh my goodness. Safe and happy travel. One enchanted evening. It's almost like you're a motivational speaker. It really is. It really is. Your business is booming. You might be in a different field if this is not describing your life right now. It's very much the energy of somebody who's in high demand. The only thing is that if you like kind of a slower paced life, it's a swifter pace. Like you kind of have to do something different. It will be very different. If right now it feels like, boy, nothing's happened for 2 years, it might for the next couple of years feel like I have not slowed down. Like I blinked and 2 years passed because I was just that busy. But you appear to be very happy. And then there was that hint of love. So we're going to go ahead and get some higher love oracle cards as well. Intuitive understanding, intellectual matters, centered and balanced, lost love, soulmate, beginning, fresh start. Leo, this is not a love reading, and this will not apply to everybody, but it also looks as if you get a second chance with somebody that you feel like you lost out on an opportunity with them. Maybe the travel is that like you're traveling back and forth between the two of you, but I really did not get that. There's so much traveling energy. There's so much traveling. It's not a bad thing. It really is not a bad thing. It's as if you're more of a free spirit. It's like any tendency you have towards traditionalism, it really, you will be doing things differently. Apparently, you will be understanding the nature of healthy romance. That's where it came in. I was like, where did that romance come from? Listen, so what's going on? Illumination, see the signs, a new day dawns. Your business life is ridiculous in terms of like, sometimes it feels like you can't catch your breath. Particularly if you're running your own shop on anything. Apparently, there is a lot of traveling, which you haven't had that thus far. Like whatever it is that is expanding up new horizons. And then without going into a lot of details on it, the cards have hinted that you are in a very healthy relationship. And this particular draw suggested it is with somebody who you missed an opportunity with, and that they are returning to your life and you get a fresh start. Now, could it be somebody different? Of course it could be somebody different. But the cards seem to indicate that there is somebody returning to your life and that you have a romance with them. Outside of that, though, you have this very purposeful energy around, there is a flourishing aspect to your financial life, but it requires you to expand and like really step outside of your comfort zone, because it really is as if you it's not that you're on call necessarily, but if you've always been a homebody, like get ready to make hotels your home for a little bit, because it looks like you have to go to different places on a regular basis to provide services, wisdom, expansion of self for others. What an interesting read. 6 months from now, you have a flourishing career, but it requires for you to kind of get out there, open up your comfort zone, and be careful with, I almost want to say like an exhibition of what you can do. All right, group number 3. That was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to book me for a private reading, there is a link to my website in the description box down below, and I'll see you next time. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 4, then this is your reading. Hey, before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. Hit the post bell notification. You'll know every time I post a video. The Thelema deck is bringing us a 4-card spread for what's happening now, and then I'll take 5 for what's happening in 6 months. Let's go for your oracle cards here. What is your life going to be like in 6 months? This has been interesting. We have embrace the feminine. It is kind of really being in a nurturing, loving, caring energy. We have observe in silence. And then I have milestone, observe in silence, embrace the feminine. It's like you're bearing witness to something. Milestone, playing it safe. I have she who instigates, leadership, provocation, and power. Observe in silence, embrace the feminine. It's like you make all of your choices from a heart space versus a head space, meaning that intellectual matters may come into play, but you are like, you're not sweating things very much. You have a very emotionally balanced energy as you go forward. Abundance, glad to see that. Become a clear channel. Observe in silence. It really, oh, you might be developing your ability to channel. Fellow travelers, support is all around you. Well, that's a tribe energy, meaning that you're surrounded by people of a like mind with a like energy, people who hold the same values that you do and are trying to accomplish the same things that you do. The fellow travelers, it really is kind of like you're with milestone. That's an accomplishment. The only one that's thrown me ever so slightly is observe in silence. It's like something that you've been waiting to have happen, like you're watching it as it happens. And apparently it's the playing it safe as well with milestone. Maybe you're buying a house, because this is one of the, that's what this always reminds me of, is somebody trying to find their security. There's literally a white picket fence behind them. Now it can be that energy of like not being willing to expand because you're like not, you're working from a fearful place, trying to hold on to what you have rather than expanding. I get 0 energy around that. It sounds like you need to have very good grounding practices around your ability to channel, which is essentially opening up within the next 6 months. You'll be finding your tribe as well. Queen of Swords, that's that intellectual energy of air as well. It's also a channeling card. But the Queen of Swords is somebody who sees the truth, speaks the truth. 8 of Cups in reverse. This is the energy of now. 3 of Swords in reverse. You're returning to yourself after a period of healing and rediscovering your ability to be happy. Actually, right now kind of looks like, whereas like you're a little bit sick of the world being in a chaotic energy, that might be the observe and silence thing, like because you're kind of watching what's going on and saying, when do we ever get to have anything done? It's almost like it's too disruptive. 6 of Cups in the upright. That can be a past energy, nostalgia. It can be generosity. It can be giving. It can also, it's my favorite soulmate card. Star in reverse. High Priestess, Star in reverse. Lots of psychic energy. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. 9 of Wands in reverse. 8 of Wands in the upright. I took an extra card on that quite simply because it really is like you're helping people figure out how to release energy. With playing it safe, observe in silence, like you're listening to others a great deal. You've done your healing. It's like you have gifts to give them in return. The Knight of Pentacles is a journey that has come to an end sometimes. I think you might be helping other people cope with their loss. Now, like, it's just there's a lot of loss energy in the world right now. As we move back more freely, there are a lot of people who experience losses over the last couple of years. Athlete, and it's as if you understand the process of healing and you make a very good, I want to say like, I want to say shoulder. Like I really hesitated on it, but it's like I keep getting this image of like you listen to people, you validate their truth somehow. you are able to bring forward this really beautiful energy around that. Light attributes: dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. It's like you're helping people find their strength again after a period of loss. And then I have child nature: friendships with animals, communication with nature spirits. That can absolutely be the energy of helping people rediscover their core self again. Communication with nature spirits, tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment is what the shadow attribute is. I have nothing about that. You are living in this very, like, you're happy and secure, and there's not a lot of effort going into maintaining your life in 6 months. Things have settled down. It's you're helping people around you and participating in the greater world. There's communication around that very aspect. Your life 6 months from now, you're happy. You have very good friendships as well. With that support is all around you. It's like you have an excellent work-life balance because you're able to have a lot of fun and get out there, but you're also able to offer that kind of empathy, that kindness, that compassion. The abundance energy surrounding you, though, embrace the feminine and abundance. You're offering a nurturing energy to people who have experienced loss, but you yourself are living in this, like, I kind of want to say validated energy. Let's go for the fortune reading cards. It's almost as if you feel like you've been training all this time. Patience: slow down, change your attitude, and clear your mind. Star: hard times are over. Look forward to an abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity. And then love. Love surrounds all your connections. Move forward positively in all areas of your life. You're in this energy of, like, things are clicking along. Like, your friendships are in better order. Like, as things settle down, you are somebody who just was able to, like, kind of pick up your life and carry on. And people turn towards you with that leadership energy. The slow down energy is, like, the only thing is be a little bit careful. There'll be a lot of demands on your time. Don't overextend yourself. And then you've got the star in 2 different places. Now remember, that can be a social media star. It can also be somebody who's being promoted at work. But there's no strain around any work energy. That guy stayed behind, so I'm going to take him. Magician sword: confidence in your magic. And then root girl: the disowned self with many masks, the authentic self. Stranger is curiosity. People keep turning to you with their troubles. 6 months from now, you have such confidence, such happiness, such abundance. You're in a very positive energy and in a very positive place. But other people are recovering. Dedication to transcending physical limitations, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. It's like you're helping other people with an emotional injury. And that makes a lot of sense. But you yourself, like, you feel expanded and happy. It's like you can feel the love of the universe inside of your heart and soul with that. Embrace the feminine and then the love energy as well. It's like you're not afraid anymore, like, ever. The woman holding a coin, yeah. 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. Angels, this is like, you just feel so powerful. Oh my goodness. 2nd chakra, Archangel Ariel. I actually really love this energy because you're feeling like the super version of you. Like, you're secure, confident, like you feel like you stand on a very firm foundation because things make a lot of sense to you. 6 months from now, you have a lot of communication with friends. You have a lot of people from the past seeking you out with that 6 of Cups as well. It's almost as if, like, you're the Golden Palace, listening, protecting treasure, and then encouragement. Such a secure energy. The listening thing, I swear that's you. It's like you are listening to other people and giving them encouragement. You have such a, like, you're everybody else's hero energy here. You have abundance and wisdom to offer. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep drawing some. Let's go ahead and what other cards do I need here? Let's go ahead and get some fortune cookie cards. What else have we got going for pile number 4? There's a really good monetary energy around this with that golden palace and the abundance energy. Like it's the last of your concerns. It's almost like it's a hard times are over energy, abundance. You're surrounded by like a feeling of ease. Manifestations, that makes sense. Luck, yep. Love life. Personal riches. Group number 4, what don't you have in your life in 6 months? I'm not too surprised because almost every group has had an underlying note of like, and oh, by the way, your relationships are going marvelously. None of the group piles went into that. None of the piles went into that. I think it's because for this particular one, it's a purpose focus. I didn't mean it to be, but it came out that way. Your personal life is like you feel supported and loved. You have that feeling of always having somebody at your back, but you're very supportive of other people. The only thing is that you need to make sure that you have appropriate boundaries, because for whatever reason this is a little bit effortless for you and it's not for others. Yeah, end of a learning phase, sudden change, leave the past behind, patience and progress once more. Okay. For whatever reason, I have you having the ability to help other people recover. Like that's the energy that you're in. You are successful. You are happy. This is a great card for money. But you spend a lot of time kind of like being the shoulder for other people. That's the way it keeps coming out. Like the Queen of Pentacles, this is the woman holding a coin, is the same energy as the Queen of Pentacles. In an attachment to the divine, you help other people process their emotions somehow, because the second chakra, Archangel Ariel, is the sacral chakra, and it really is like people, you have a gift of helping people simply release, observe in silence. You're listening, you're listening, you're listening. Boy, that took me forever. I apologize. You are able to really, friendships, communication with nature spirits, you're a grounding influence for other people. What's going on in your life in 6 months is like every single part of your personal life is kind of like clicking along in a, hey, this is good, I'll take more of that type of energy. Like you really, it's almost like you're not thinking of self very much because you're very, like you feel directed and targeted and safe and loved. Leadership, power, abundance. This is beautiful. Milestone as well. Become a clear channel. It's like you're being given the gift of like being a vessel for healing energy for others. People will keep coming to you with their troubles. And like, if you're hearing that and you're like, God, no, I don't want to hear about their troubles. Listen, it's a different type of trouble than you might think. It's like they're taking the burden off of their heart and handing it to you. And it's not for you to carry. It's because it dissolves as soon as they try and give it to you. It's like that, become a clear channel. It's like nothing will stay with you or touch you, but it will move through you very easily. Guidance, gratitude. Okay, well, that's good. The masculine, okay, with fear, discernment, self-love. I really dig this energy. You're feeling so powerful, but you're helping other people overcome, like you have a discerning eye and you have a calming presence for others. But your personal life looks gorgeous, and then absolutely everything else is like, oh, you're living in a secure energy, whatever it is you've been trying to achieve, like ka-ching, 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 there is, like I said, it doesn't require effort. It doesn't feel like you're breaking your back any longer. I think it's like you feel like you're just in the flow, and that the flow finally makes more sense to you. Let's go 1 and 2 and 3. This is an interesting energy. 6 months from now, everything that you have been trying to make take root is growing and flourishing. Apparently, there is a hint of a romantic relationship as well. None of these cards really went into it. This is the birth of something new, pregnancy, and then spring is bringing new things to life, and be yourself. This situation calls for you to be your authentic self, which is the basis for your personal power. It really is as if you can help people move into a new and growing phase in their life. And this could be a calling, this could be kind of the waking up of a purpose within you, or it could be the fruition of dreams that you've been trying to make come true. But you are in a very supportive energy of others after a period of, and like I have no idea when I'll end up releasing this, but there should have been a period of some difficulty, disruption, and loss. We're already experiencing it. It may get a little bit, and I mean just a little bit worse for a bit before it continues to get better. You're the person, you're the compassionate observer. You're the person who other people, when you ask, hey, how are you doing? They're really going to tell you, and you're not going to mind that part. It's like you feel honored. You have a very abundant energy. You're in a very healed energy. And then the other energy around that 8 of Wands is you may in fact be in love. If you are already, look for a deepening of that relationship. Remember, it's a general reading, so it can't hold true for everybody. But there was that hint of having all aspects of your life, abundance, leadership, power, a clear channel for healing energy. What an interesting energy for you in 6 months, group number 4. I hope you enjoy it. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. Everything is in your personal life is so easy. It just is. The greater world is a little bit challenging, but you feel so connected to the divine and you feel so guided. Take care. Be well.